So with your flywheel off, take a pair of dikes or wire cutters, if I can find one, and remove the factory flywheel keyway, which is moon shaped. Here you can see, and then I'll stand it on end, and then here's the Z key, which advances your timing. Doesn't look like much, but over the span of the flywheel it advances at about 15 degrees. So we'll set that to the side, and then we'll pull the motor over to see the direction of rotation. So to advance your timing, you would put the key forward, and I don't know why anybody would want to retard their timing and put it rearward, but you could, I guess, with this Z key. So we're going to install the Z key there to the crankshaft. Easier said than done. As usual, always have a little bit of fun. It's a tight fit, but you don't want it rocking, so it's a good thing it's a tight fit. We're going to try to gently tap it into place and hope we don't damage the... Let's go ahead and bring it on around to a different angle. Hope we don't damage anything here. Trying to tap this into place. We're going to set a screwdriver flat against the Z portion, and we've successfully installed the Z key. Now, with the flywheel reinstalled, the timing will be advanced 15 degrees, which will result in about 1 mile an hour, maybe up to 2 miles an hour top end, and a little bit of hotter, kind of premature race spark. So locate our position there, maybe a little bit high in the front. Gotta make sure that's all the way in. And being careful not to mushroom the Z key, or else it may be hard to get the flywheel to go on. Okay, we're latched in there. Now we'll put a little bit of red Loctite on that nut for the flywheel, and we'll tighten it up real good and tight so that we won't ever have to worry about that getting out of timing or that key shearing. That's just for location. Really, the tightness of the nut is going to keep the flywheel in place. There's our flywheel on tight. And we're going to load a set of clutch shoes. As we've said before, the shoes will run either way, but from the factory the arrows are on the back. So your clutch bolts have wave washers underneath the heads of the bolts, and that would go through on the side with the serial numbers, and without the arrows. These clutch shoes that have a little lobe right there with another little hole, there's really no difference. They're a little heavier, they may or may not engage sooner or later. Both sets of shoes will work. Yeah, it doesn't matter whether you have that extra little lobe on there. That's, as far as I know, not used for anything anyways. And then put your flat washers on the back side, and then put your little Loctite in your clutch shoes bolts. And then install your clutch. That's your timing advanced, and we're going to proceed on this one to go ahead and putting a race coil on it too. Don't recommend high performance carburetors without putting this race coil we're about to put on. Probably not a good idea to do the timing advance and or juice box, especially if you got a high performance carb already, without doing this coil upgrade. As you know, the factory coil for these bikes is a green coil, and they have a tang on the flywheel that can come off and break your flywheel, which is about 80 bucks. Can break the crankcase, can take out coils, break the plastic engine cover. It can just be a mess when that happens. And the higher RPM you catch, the more in jeopardy you are of doing that.